What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you, and it is once again Wild Eye Wednesday. And what we're going to talk about is Final Caller. Terror is on the line. Final Caller draws back to the roots of the glory days of SOV, or SOV, however you say that, by Pop Horror. One killer, no way out. A film with twists you won't see coming and plenty of gore. Wild Eye Releasing and Extreme Entertainment presents a Todd Sheets film, Final Caller, starring Douglas Epps, Rachel Lagan, Alex Brotherton, Jack McCord, Jane Plumberg, and Dylan Fawn Harvey. Produced by Todd Sheets and Amanda Payton. Associate producer Jack McCord and Skylar Roberts, and written and directed by Todd Sheets. Roland Bennett, an obnoxious late-night radio host specializing in the supernatural, receives a mysterious call from a man claiming to be the Outsider, a serial killer threatening to kill a woman live on the air. The latest from the legendary cult horror director Todd Sheets. Bonehill Road, Clownado, Zombie Bloodbath. Yeah, I recognize at least 3 people in here from Clownado. So I guess Todd must have his own like crew, like the Polonia Pals. How he uses like all the same actors. There was 3 people in this I remember from Clownado, which was Rachel Lagan and Dylan Fawn Harvey and Douglas Epps. So this movie kind of reminds me of a mix between Toolbox Murders and New Year's Evil, because on New Year's Evil the guy calls in and promising to kill someone every ring in of the New Year's, because it's a different time zone everywhere, and so he vows to kill someone every time it hits New Year's. And this one, this guy calls and he's saying some shit about his family as part of some ancient druid cult, and he needs 8 sacrifices. This guy Doug Epps, his character's pretty crazy in this one, and kind of reminds me of Otis Driftwood, aka Bill Moseley. That's the killer. He's fucking nuts. I don't know who plays him. But this movie, I'm surprised it doesn't have this Raw and Extreme banner. It's not in the Raw and Extreme line. It's fucking bloody and gory, and it's pretty much torture porn. And this guy, he's kidnapping women and has them in his lair, which turns out to be the basement of his place and of the radio station, and torture women with tools. That's what reminded me of Toolbox Murders. And it's just gory as fuck, like grinding girls' hands off to the bone with a power sander, using box cutters, crowbars, and everything else on people. There is really not much for me to say about this for the story. You got this guy kidnapping people, taking them in the basement, torturing them, he's calling in to the radio show and telling the host why don't you ask me to stop? And you could have saved this girl. And eventually he ventures out of the basement and starts killing staff and And Dylan Fawn Harvey is the third person from Clownado that I recognize, and she playing a security guard. He eventually kidnaps her and tortures her. And one of the victims, he like cuts their throat. It might have been her, I can't remember, but he cuts their throat and then he lays backwards on their lap and like takes a shower in her blood. And there's this one girl where he pulls her intestines out with a stick and shit. Like I said, it's just gory as hell. And I will say before I end this that there is a scene of sodomy where he kidnaps the DJ kid or whatever it is that clicks the online button for when the host goes live, and for some random weird reason decides to shove a broken muff handle up his ass so far up it goes out his mouth. And I'm not a big fan of shit like that, sodomy or rape. I hate rape movies, but I could tell, I don't know why they even thought they needed to put that in there, but I could tell it was fake. It looked like a fake backside that he was sticking the stick through, so I didn't let it bother me too much. Other than that part, you got lots of gore for the gore hounds. It was a pretty good movie. If you liked what I said, I'd recommend you check it out. Peace.